don't know my team, that's how it goes, man. Please don't mind me. It is as if my whole life I dream. Winning is all I do, I think. Magic tricks when I roll up my sleeves. What you talking about, sleep? I stay up and get things done. I be like, ready, get me some. You couldn't prevent me from taking the lead in this league. I got stripes and stripes, striking. Best not hide your eyes. I'll just a whole dynamite. Let it ignite inside and still be able to remind them why. It's Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night, on site. Alright, let's go.
Yo, what's good, Spud Kingdom? How you doing? Good to see you again. I am your host, Woody, coming to you live for another episode of the Spud Kingdom podcast. So this week, two big games we had last weekend we're going to get to. We're going to cover the trivia right off the bat because, like I mentioned last week, we're going to just switch it up a little bit. And I'm just going to make it to where we just drop knowledge on you for the episode. So we're going to switch that up just a little bit. Big week for the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi. We'll talk about that. And really, we'll just get to all the usuals, you know, stats, standings, player of the week, player of the month, all that good stuff. So let's start with trivia. So last week's trivia question was who scored the most goals in a season and how many was it? And the answer, of course, was Gretzky, which some of you did respond to me and got that part right. But the goal amount was 92. A couple of you were close, so appreciate you for trying. But the answer was Gretzky, and the goal amount was 92. So this week's question, I'm going to give it to you now, and then I'm going to give you the answer when we're done with everything towards the end. So, in what year did the Hart Trophy debut? So, you can look it up now, and then by the end, you can do it. Or if you want to do like some of you do, just try to go off the top of the dome. But the question of this week is, what year did the Hart Trophy debut? And with that, let's get to the action, peeps. All right. So, game one, Thursday, February 27th, 2025, at the MAC. Versus Rock Springs. This game was originally supposed to be in Rock Springs, but due to unforeseen circumstances, the game got moved here. So technically, this was an away game, playing up against Rock Springs, but we played it here at home. So this night would be all about the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi, as the whole weekend basically would be. But this night would also be about our boy, the Wall, Charlie Durkin. So let's get to see what happened in the game. First period, teams would match each other on shots. Rock Springs had 8 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings also had 8 shots on goal. It would take almost half the period for the Spud Kings to get things going. And then at 7 minutes and 38 seconds, Ethan Rose picked up a tripping penalty, which would lead to a Sammy Grimaldi, the Grim Reaper, would get a power play goal at 9 minutes and 36 seconds. This would be his 16th goal on the year, and he was assisted by the Flying Finn, Jonathan Radikainen, for his 13th, and Ryan Roski for his 10th on the year as well. Rock Springs would answer back in this period at 16 minutes and 55 seconds. Former Spud King Charlie Kranglin would get his 7th goal on the year. And the period would end 1-1, all even. So like I said, they would start out, they matched each other in shots. They matched each other in goals. Hopefully things would pick up in the second. And so the second period would be Spud Kings would take control. This is where they would take over the game. This is where they were like, all right, you guys are playing here. Might be a home game for you, but guess what? You're in our crib. So let's show you what we do. Rock Springs had 8 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings had 17. It wouldn't take long for the Spud Kings to score at 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Easy Easton Edwards would get his 24th point or his goal of the year, and he was assisted by the Grim Reaper himself, Sammy Grimaldi, for his 8th, and DJ the Beast McLeish for his 21st. 2 minutes later, though, Let's at 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Bravery Esplin gets one against his old team for his 8th on the year, and he was assisted by Ronnie Wade for his 16th, and Max von Kleingraf for his 12th. Not even a minute later, though, at 5 minutes and 43 seconds, the Grim Reaper strikes again. And for the second time of the night and his 17th goal on the year. This time he was assisted by Andrew Schmidt for his 27th and Easton Edwards for his 32nd. That forward line right there, they just keep scoring, and we love it. We love it. Thank you, boys. Keep it up. This would be all the action for the period, and it would end 4-1 Spud Kingdom. Third period, though, would just be the nail in the coffin for the game in general and for Rock Springs at this point. Rock Springs had 6 shots on goal. Spud Kings would top them by 1 and would get 7. It wouldn't even take a whole minute for Sammy Grimaldi to complete the hat trick. And at 59 seconds, he gets number 3 on the day and his 18th on the year. And he was assisted by his fellow forwards once again, Easton Edwards and Andrew Schmidt. That was Easton's 33rd assist and Andrew's 28th. 8 minutes later, Carter Davis, welcome to the team, would finally get his first goal with the team. He had a few assists, but he finally gets one in and he gets his name in that goal column. He gets his first with the team at 8 minutes and 49 seconds. He was assisted by Tyler Atkinson for his 10th and Owen Byer, his 4th on the year. This would end the action for the game. Spud Kings would win 6-1. So big game there. I got some notes here for the rest of the game. Durkin would stop 21 out of 22 shots for a .955 save percentage and picks up win number 26. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause for a second because I put together the 3 hat trick goals, and I'm going to show those to you now. So here is the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi in all his glory. Here is the first 3 goals of the first hat trick for him. So here's Sammy's goal.
Loose puck, yeah, goal! Grimaldi again. Sammy Grimaldi. Yeah, somebody get that kid a lottery ticket, and I'll pay for it as long as I get half of the proceeds. That's a greasy goal. That's what we needed to get this thing going.
That is his 16th of the season.
Like 8 in the last 4, something like that. It's been impressive.
See, check here who they're going to give the assist to as we see the replay there. To get it out of his own end, that's intercepted by Grimaldi plus he takes the hit. Can't get it out. This one on goal. Loose star! Ryan Rocky. And Dell gives him a shot. Now there's some action in front of the net as Easton Edwards not afraid to mix it up. Now frustration spilling over by the Grizzlies here. DJ's ready to go. Of course, we saw 2 games ago. He's willing to go anytime.
You know, Aaron, Dallas, I really like, obviously they're fighting right now, but I like watching him play. I think he's a pretty good defensive. I learned that. You're taught that. That's part of hockey IQ. So, watching that, you know, a ton of odd man rushes.
Here's Easton Edwards up the left side. Drops this for Schmidt. Gets it right back. Coming into the goal. Puts it in front.
Grimaldi, hat trick. That's a hat trick.
Sammy Grimaldi with the hat trick. Boy, early pressure here by the Spud Kings. I don't know if a lot in the crowd have recognized that hat trick. And here's a few hats coming on board now. The 3rd goal of the game for Sammy Grimaldi.
Oh my gosh. The guy,
They put one on his head.
that trick Grimaldi.
All right, that was pretty sweet to watch. Like, I didn't get to see it. Some of you I talked to, but I was in between paydays, so my slow hockey wasn't working, but now it's working. I got to watch the games. I got to make those clips right there, and I put it together. Man, what a great game for Stammer Grimaldi. So let's see how game 2 would be. Game 2 would be Friday, February 28, 2025, also at the MAC versus Rock Springs. This would be game 2 on the weekend. This was supposed to be like a split series, as we talked about just a little bit ago. And this one was our home game. So the game would almost be a repeat of game 1 of the first night. And Sammy Grimaldi and Alex Stabev would put on a show for everybody. The Green Reaper is on a roll. That's all I can really say, like, going into this game, is he's on a roll. And I don't want anybody to stop him either. So, with that being said, let's talk about it a little bit. So first goal would be all Spud Kings, and late in the period, Rock Springs, and it would be all Spud Kings, but it would be late in the period when it would actually start happening, is what I meant to say. Sorry, my notes, I wrote them weird, only for me. Rock Springs would get 5 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings had 8. It would take a power play to get the Spud Kings rolling. In 14 minutes and 29 seconds, Sammy Grimaldi gets the power play goal for his 19th goal of the year, and he was assisted by Lucas Ronner for his 23rd, and Jonathan Radikainen once again showing up for his 14th on the year. 2 minutes later, at 16 minutes and 52 seconds, Tyler Atchison would get his 7th goal on the year, and he was assisted by Owen Beyer for his 5th and Will Donovan for his 17th. A couple minutes later, at 18 minutes and 45 seconds, Max von Greengraff adds his name to the goal column. He gets his 8th on the year, one against his old team, assisted by Michael Hillot for his 4th and Bravery Esplin for his 9th. It was cool. Bravery scored the night before, and Max assisted on it. And then this particular night, on Friday night, Max scored and Bravery assisted on it. So it was kind of nice for both of them to get a little payback against their former team. But so with that, period would end 3-0 Spud Kings. They pick up 3 goals real fast, but they were late in the period. So 3-0. Second period would be much like the first. Rock Springs had 5 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 9. It would be almost halfway through the period when the Green Reaper shows his face again. Man, this boy, he is on a tear. At 9 minutes, 56 seconds, Grimaldi gets his 20th goal on the year, and he was assisted by Lucas Carlson for his 12th and Andrew Schmidt for his 29th. This would get the momentum going for the Spud Kings, and then at 11 minutes and 33 seconds, Spud Kings would end up on the power play due to a Thomas Dell hooking, and he would end up getting a game misconduct. So Andrew Schmidt would deliver the power play goal, and at 13 minutes and 8 seconds for his 28th on the year, and he was assisted by DJ the Beast McLeish for his 22nd, and Easy Easton Edwards for his 34th. A couple minutes later, a fight would break out between former Spud King Tristan Azelton and Michael Hillock. Both would get game misconduct since it was like under 5 minutes left in the period, and they both ended up duking it out pretty good and going to the ground. If you guys watch the fight back, you'll see that after it was all said and done, they kind of give each other a pat on the shoulder and a little hug, because they were former teammates not even just a couple weeks back. So, crazy to watch them fight. It was a nice fight. It was a good fight. But it was also nice to see that they gave each other a little bit of sportsmanship afterward. Then at 17 minutes and 4 seconds, Grimaldi completes another hat trick. Another one. This dude has got 2 hat tricks in 2 days. Like, wow. We went like almost a half a season this year before we saw our first hat trick. And now this man he's spoiling us, people. Don't get used to it. It's still a rarity. Don't get spoiled. This boy is spoiling killing us. Man, thank you, Sammy. But he would get his 21st goal of the year, and he was assisted by Easton Edwards for his 35th and Leo Mantenuto for his 10th. The period would end 6-0 Spud Kings. Third period would just be about getting to the end of the game mostly. They put up a good amount of shots, but it wasn't like they were. I mean, I guess they were trying to score, but it was more like keep the puck down there. Let's play some defense. Let's rock this 20 minutes out, and let's walk out of here with the victory. But Rock Springs had 8 shots on goal. Spud Kings also had 8. Only Rock Springs would score and disrupt Save Beth's shutout, though. And at 5 minutes and 56 seconds, Carson Castro would get his 5th on the year. And that would really be it for the period. There wasn't really much action as far as penalties. All the fighting and everything happened the period before. So this was basically it. The rest of the period was just Spud Kings just trying to get out of there with the victory. And I mean, they weren't having to try. They were up 6-0 until this goal happened. So it's now 6-1. So the game would end 6-1. And Sabev stopped 17 out of 18 shots for a .944 save percentage. But what a weekend for Sammy Grimaldi. Once again, I put a compilation together of this set of hat trick goals. So just stay tuned for just a second. I'm going to post those up right now. So here's Sammy Grimaldi, the Grim Reaper, doing what he does best and getting another hat trick.
So the first power play opportunity comes at 5:42 for the Spud Kings. Bronner slips that neck in the other side. Grim Reaper slamming Sammy. Oh man, what a shot from that right circle. That's his 19th.
And it's fit 5,000 goals the last 3 days.
Well, he has the 3 hat tricks. 2 of them are against Rock Springs. So,
Oh man, that was a nice shot by Sammy. Good patience.
well, a good screen in front. There's traffic in front, so we can see the goal cam here as we have that tonight on this end. Side. They are going to get it out if they hurry. They've got a 2-on-1. They get it across. There's a move and score! Slamming Sammy Grimaldi. I hope he likes the term slamming. It just goes with Sammy.
I like it.
There we go.
I think it's wonderful.
Oh, wow. His 20th goal of the season.
Hat trick watch.
Second tonight, yeah.
Again.
Oh, my God. That's to the side boards. Coming back in. Contreras trying to get it out. He doesn't. Stays in. Edwards behind the goal. For the pass. Comes out to Grimaldi. Grimaldi, a shot.
Oh my
Scores!
God. Hat trick again.
A hat trick 2 nights in a row.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. Sammy slamming Grimaldi. The hats are flying. Unbelievable.
I don't really understand what I'm watching.
Nobody touch that stick because it's red hot, let me tell you. It's smoking.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Man, those were sweet. Those were just as sweet as the first 3. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. This guy's got, I think, 4 hat tricks now, and 3 of them have came against Rock Springs. Luckily for Rock Springs, we don't play them again this year, unless, I don't know if they're working on getting in the playoffs. I don't think they are. But unless they get in the playoffs, we don't play them again this year. So, luckily for them, they don't have to see the Grim Reaper. They're done. He's cooking all their soul for the year. So, congratulations to Sammy for that. As a matter of fact, let's give the boy a cheer. So with that being said, let's get to the standings. The Spud Kings still have an 8-point lead on Ogden for first place in the Mountain Division, and they're third in the NCDC. Didn't make any ground there because the teams in the Atlantic Division that are first and second right now, they're still winning. They're still doing what they do. So might just be the third place finish overall in that first place, but We have a few more games left, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But right now, it's looking pretty good. So the stats, let's get to the stats. We'll start with the goalie stats. Durkin is second in the NCDC with a 1.9 goals against average. And he's sixth with a 934 save percentage and number one in wins with 26. So let's hear it for that boy right there. Let's hear it for the wall, Charlie Durkin. So as far as scoring leaders go, Easton is first on the team with 59 points, and he's third in the NCDC. I believe the Super Martianock brothers are ahead of him. Schmidt is second on the team with 57 and fifth in the NCDC. Edwards is first on the team with 35 assists and sixth in the NCDC. Schmidt is second with 29 and just outside the top 20. Schmidt is first with 28 goals and second in the NCDC. Edwards is second on the team with 24 and tied for ninth in the NCDC. So those guys just keep tearing it up. I call them tag team partners because they are, man. It's Easy Easton and Thor, baby. They got this thing going down. And with the help from Grimaldi heating up lately, BJ getting his assists and goals, the Flying Fan chipping it. Like, everybody on this team is putting in work, and it's nice to see it all coming together and gel together, especially now on the playoff push. This is a great time for all this to be happening. So with that being said, with going from the stats, let's roll that into my 3 stars of the week. This week wasn't really that hard. We had 3 people that showed up and showed out. Everybody did this weekend, but 3 particular people. So, my 3rd star was Andrew Schmidt. He had 1 goal and 3 assists on the weekend. So 4 points total on the weekend. Boy just keeps doing what he does, man. He's up there in the top in scoring for a reason. He just keeps going. He just keeps doing it. 2nd star, Easton Edward. He had 5 points on the weekend, 1 goal and 4 assists. So I bumped him just above Andrew just because he got 1 more point, basically. Those 2 tag team partners just keep getting it done. And then my 1st star, do I even have to say? Do you guys even need me to say who it is? I mean, it's the 3rd man, and basically this is our first line right here is my 3 stars of the week. So my 1st star, without further ado, the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi. 6 goals, 1 assist for 7 points. His 4th hat trick on the year. 3 of those against Rock Springs. 2 of them this weekend alone. What else can we say? This dude is just tearing it up. So let's hear it for him. What? No, I said let's hear it for him. There we go. So player of the week hasn't been posted quite yet. Probably because they did the player of the month. But I'm just gonna assume that our boy Grimaldi, the Grim Reaper, is on there. And there's a good chance that Easton Edwards might be on there as well. We just haven't seen it yet. It hasn't been posted. But player of the month has been posted. And who else would it be from our team? Sammy, the Grim Reaper Grimaldi. And if you hear it in the videos, Scott Bradford is calling him Slamming Sammy Grimaldi, which works just as well because he be slamming that puck in the net, just like Sosa used to slam them balls over the fence. So give it up for the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi, one more time as he's player of the month. So transitioning now to hockey regs and rules. So I kind of just went with some regulations this week, and I wanted to talk about the puck a little bit. I was doing some research trying to figure out what kind of rules or regulations to talk about, and different things about the puck kept coming up. One of them was, what is that thing that they play with? It's a little black circle thing on the ice. Puck, duh. Come on, guys. Just in case you didn't know. Anyway, so I'd looked up some history and some stats about the puck. So here is the puck regulation. So the puck is made of vulcanized rubber, and vulcanized rubber is when sulfur is added to a raw rubber to make it more elastic and strong. The puck is 3 inches in diameter, and pucks are kept frozen so they can have more resistance from bounce and glide more easily. So there's my regulation for the week is the puck. So hockey trivia answers. So if you guys don't remember from earlier in the show, the question was, what year did the Hart Trophy debut? And for those of you who don't know, we'll just tie this in with a little bit of knowledge. The Hart Trophy is hockey's MVP trophy. And so what year was that debuted into the NHL? And the answer is 1924. So if anybody guessed 1924, give yourself a pat on the back. Or maybe even ring the bell a little bit. So 1924 was the year that the Hart Trophy was introduced into the NHL. So let's wrap things up, man. We swept the series with Rock Springs. Sammy the Grim Reaper Grimaldi is on freaking fire. 2 hat tricks on the weekend, 7 total points. We got 2 games coming up this weekend in Utah, both of them against the Outliers on Friday and on Saturday. So watch those on Flow Hockey if you can't make the trip down there. I'll be watching. I got my Flow Hockey TV back, like I was telling you guys a little bit earlier ago. So I will be watching the games this week. Hopefully we can get some awesome footage and some awesome games going on. Maybe Sammy will get another hat trick. Who knows? Maybe somebody else will get one. Maybe everybody will get a goal. I don't know. I can only hope. So let's keep with winning ways going. Let's keep the momentum going. We got the playoffs coming up. We only have 7 more games left in the regular season. 2 on the road this week, and then I think we're back next week. I don't know if we got 2 or 1. I'll have to double check, and I'll get to you guys next week. You know how I do. Anyway, we got 2 big games this weekend and only 7 more total. And then it's playoff time, baby. Playoffs are coming. I know tickets are already on sale. If you guys are looking for playoff tickets, a lot of you guys out there that didn't get season tickets and want to go check out some real good games, playoff tickets are now available. You check those out on spudkings.com, or you can go to mountainamericacenter.com or ticketmaster.com. All of those will send you to Ticketmaster anyway, or you can go down to the Mountain America box office and purchase them there. And I think it saves you a little bit on the fees if you do so. Box office is open 9 to 5, usually throughout the week. You run down there and get yourself some tickets. You can actually, they'll show you on a computer, and you can pick where you're sitting and everything. So let's get to it, guys. 2 big games this weekend in Utah. Let's cheer on the boys from afar. I'll be checking out the messages and stuff and getting to some of you guys. I'm going to hit some of you guys up, at least one of you this week, and get a fan interaction interview. That way we have something to talk about next week, because of all of the times when our guys do really good on the road, I don't like to record the broadcast because it's not very exciting for them. It's only exciting when it happens at home, because our broadcasters love when things like that happen. Their broadcasters don't. But who knows? Now that I'm kind of doing this video thing, I still might post the videos just because those are pretty cool. But let's cheer on our boys this weekend. Let's get this playoff push going. Only 7 more games. Go get your tickets now. Spud Kings playoff games, man. Let's go get them. Let's help those boys out. Let's show them how we do over here in Idaho Falls. And with that being said, go Spud Kings.
K-I-N-G Kings, Meaning we seen things, and without a cheat sheet, a walking beast, no wanting peace until I'm knee deep in the rewards I need to retrieve. Keep the receipt once I receive what I work for, but never relieve. Better watch out, if you don't move, get ready to fall down. If you don't root for my son, I'm not proud. Like what you talking about, I'll pop out, even if it's hard out. Somebody let the dogs out, like they're coming for the dog out before being brought out. Whoa, they might need to keep me locked out because I will stomp in my stomping grounds till it's known. This is Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night, on site. Alright, let's go. Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night, on site. Alright, let's go.